Guys, I'm pissed. I took a very close look at the new article about loot boxes, and honestly, it's so terrible. We have to talk about it. We've had loot boxes in World of Tanks for a very long time now, but this event, it's different. And by different, I mean it's an absolute disaster. For the very first time, you can get tier 10 tanks from the loot boxes. Sounds amazing, right? But today, I'm going to tell you why no one should buy these boxes. Before I get further into this, I just want to be clear. I'm not trying to make a World of Tanks is dying type of video. If you have been watching my videos, you know just how much I love World of Tanks. This is my favorite game and I have truckload of fun playing it. Even after a decade, it still challenges me and I'm learning something new every day. That's why the ability to play the game that I love and create a content about it for you guys is my highest honor. Being a content creator, I feel like it's my responsibility to create helpful and relevant content. That's why we started doing rating videos on new tanks to help you decide whether a new tank is for you or not. And so far, you guys seem to love it. But this time, we are getting 7 new tanks at once, and through such an unfair system that I decided to make a difficult choice. Instead of making rating videos about the new tanks, I just decided to show you how bad these boxes really are. Let's first understand the new system clearly. In previous loot box events, there was only one type of box. Now, Wargaming introduced multi-tier gambling. There are 3 tiers of the loot boxes. Proto, which is level 1, Alpha, which is level 2, and Prime, which is level 3. Every box comes with a ton of possible rewards, but I want to focus on the most important things, the tanks. Level 1 work similar to how the boxes were. You have 2% to get the tank, and after 50 boxes, you get 1 guaranteed. Last Christmas, Wargaming introduced 5 new tanks with no fillers in it. Lunar and Emerald boxes, on the other hand, had 3 new tanks and 5 fillers. This time, there are 3 new tanks and 7 old ones. So your chances to get the new tanks are even lower. What's new though is that while opening the boxes, you have a 20% chance to get another box, which is most likely to be level 2, but unfortunately it just says most likely, so it can be level 2, level 1, or even level 3. But we don't know the real odds. Now, this is where the things are getting interesting. Once you open enough boxes, get to the level 2, inside you have 1 new tank and 4 old ones, including the first tier 10 tank. We have 5% chance to get any of those, and now the guarantee is already at 40 boxes. The odds are looking much better, isn't it? But we're gonna get to it very, very soon. Once you start opening the boxes, you, again, have 20% chance to get another boxes, which is most likely to be level 3, but once again, it can be level 1 and level 2. We don't know the odds. So you gambled your way all the way to the level 3 boxes, and here you have 10% chance to get one of the 3 new premium tanks, including Chieftain and MBTB. The most interesting thing is here. We have guarantee vehicle drop set at 20 boxes, twice as good as it was on the level 2, and so much better than it was on the level 1. But that is not actually true. The big problem is that Wargaming is hiding your true chances to get the tank from level 2 and level 3 boxes. We've spent quite some time unpacking this new system, and I'm going to give you 2 reasons we found to be problematic and tell you how many boxes you need to open approximately to get all 3 tanks from the level 3. And lastly, we will compare it to the holiday ops. Since you can only buy tier 1 boxes, to get to level 3 tanks, you first need to get lucky here with this 20%. Then again, you need to get lucky here on the level 2. And once you get to the level 3, you still need to get lucky and get 10% chance to get your hands on one of these 3 tanks. This means that displayed drop rates are inaccurate and only can be applied to the level 1. For the level 2 and level 3, they only apply once you get your hands on those boxes. So your chance to get a level 2 box, it's just 20%. But to get a level 3 box, your actual chance is 20% of 20%, which equals 4. This calculation is slightly inaccurate since each box can drop another Raumfalte drop. But we go with the most likely drop here, since Wargaming do not share the actual distribution values. And that means that the odds of getting the tank is much worse than it looks as you move up the tiers, because you need to get there first. So a displayed chance of 5% on the level 2 in reality becomes 1%. And a 10% chance on the level 4 goes down to a mere 0.4%. Let me be clear. Your chance of getting MBTB, Chieftain, and the other one is roughly 0.4%. The second big problem is the system for the guarantee drops in this event. Let me explain. The level 1 is working exactly as we know. We have 2% chance, and after 50 boxes, if you didn't get a tank, you will get a tank guarantee. So statistically, out of 50 boxes, you are going to get one tank, and the guarantee system ensures that you're actually getting it. As we move up the tiers, on the level 2, we now have 5% chance, and the guarantee vehicle drop at 40. But with the 5% chance, you should be getting a tank once every 20 boxes. But here, it is set to 40, which is twice as far as on the level 1. We go down the tier to the level 3, and you're starting to already understand where I'm going with it, right? We have 10% drop chance, which means we should be getting a tank every 10 boxes. But here, again, the guarantee is set twice to as far. For you to understand why it's so important, imagine that level 1, the normal Christmas boxes, the guarantee vehicle drop is set to 100. That's the problem number 2. All of this results in significantly higher number of boxes needed to get all the tanks, especially from the tier 3. We wrote a script to run simulations to calculate how many boxes it would take on average to obtain all 3 tanks on the level 3. And the results are quite concerning. Here you can see the results from 100,000 attempts to get all tier 3 tanks. On average, we need 669 boxes. But in some cases, it would go for over 2,000 boxes. And this massive spread just shows how unpredictable this system truly is. To put things into the perspective, let's compare this to the Holiday Ops event. And here we can see that the average number dropped to 146. With a 2.4% chance and only 5 tanks in the boxes, the worst case scenario you can have is 250. With a clearly defined, unluckiest moment, it was kept at 250 because of the guarantee system. This was much more predictable, and the maximum amount of boxes you need to get all of the rewards is just 100 away from the average. However, with the new loot boxes, not only the average is already so much higher, But in the worst case scenario, you would have to buy thousands upon thousands of boxes to get all tanks at the level 3. So yeah, if you are getting unlucky, it will take you a long time to get all of the tanks. Just the fact that you have to gamble to get to the level 2, and then again gamble to get to the level 3, and after all of that, you only have 10% chance for the vehicle drop, is just insane. Guys, loot boxes are never good, but Christmas boxes and even the other loot boxes events were far more predictable compared to this new system, which feels designed to exploit and manipulate. Wargaming removed much of the protection that the previous system gave you without clearly saying so, and I think that's not okay. This new system is literal gambling. I think this is a slap in the face to all of us, but especially to tank collectors and long-time dedicated players who want to have all of the tanks in the game, and now might want to spend thousands of euros to get this stuff. These events put me in a very difficult spot. At first, I thought I could just add a short sentence at the beginning of the video and say that I don't recommend buying the boxes. But the more I looked into this system, the clearer it became how much worse it is. And that's why I've decided not to make videos showcasing these new tanks for as long as these boxes are on sale. But I have to say that this poses a real challenge for me as your content creator. I always want to be transparent with you. Videos about new stuff, especially new tanks, attracts the most attention. Bluntly put, they get more views, they get more money. Not making videos about Chieftain and MBTB is me missing out on great opportunity. Since content creation is my livelihood, my income strictly depends on it. And I want to be honest with you guys. If Wargaming will keep up with this shitty gambling system, I can't promise that I will never feature tanks introduced this way. I don't know, guys, but I hope you understand in how difficult this situation for me is. Right now, I haven't decided yet if I will play these tanks on stream or not. This is also up for a discussion with you guys, so please let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. For now, at least, there is going to be no videos featuring new content on this channel. But what I strongly believe is that we together as a community can show Wargaming that this kind of garbage gambling is unacceptable and should never be repeated again. Wargaming, listen closely. With events like this, it's damaging the game and you destroy the trust of the community. To me, it seems that you were purposely trying to hide the real chances of getting the loot and purposely made the whole thing hard to understand. But we are not stupid, and treating us as we were is cheap and disrespectful. I hope you will never do this again. There are plenty of healthier ways to introduce new premium tanks. Marathons, campaigns, battle pass chapters. Or just put them in the store as it is. I think players should always know what they are getting. So please, stop the games and be upfront. To everyone watching, my advice is very simple. Do not buy these boxes. If we collectively refuse to support this practice financially, Wargaming will have no choice but to listen. And please, let me know your thoughts in the comments, especially how I should handle the new tanks going forward. I want to ensure that we are on the same page, guys. This has been tough for me personally. I genuinely love the game and would love to show off new and exciting content. But the way these things are introduced makes it almost impossible to do so responsibly. My friends, I truly believe that together we can push the game we love in a much, much healthier direction. Thank you for listening. I love you guys and hope to see you on upcoming streams and videos. Do not gamble.